Hi, this is Kevin Giebert, author of Financial Photographs, How to Talk to Your Family About Money. Thanks for checking into this audio version of my book. Chapter 1 is called Just Coffee. Why do you do what you do? Are you ever asked this question by family and friends? It may be an odd question to some, but the answer I would give is a cup of coffee. A small cup of coffee from our local McDonald's on Payday Friday in the 1980s. I was not the one drinking the coffee, as I didn't find this caffeine craving until my grade 12 graduation. It was my dad who had the only cup at the table. How pivotal a cup of coffee can have on a person's career choice is anyone's guess. The funny thing is that I didn't put my why together until many years after my client Lee signed all the new client forms. The closest our family got to talking about money when I was growing up was speaking the common phrase, "We are living paycheck to paycheck." As I grew up, there was always enough food on the table, plenty of gifts under the tree, a new pair of soccer cleats each fall, and a way for me to attend my out-of-town soccer games and tournaments that my parents couldn't afford to attend. So let me ask you this initiating conversation question. What is a vivid memory you have of your childhood that illustrates your parents' financial status during that time? For me, it was we are living paycheck to paycheck. At my dad's 60th birthday party, my brother Darren reflected on what it was like having a great man as our father growing up. He recalled something that brought many tears to my eyes and still does to this day. The recollection was a story of our parents taking us out to McDonald's on Payday Friday for dinner, and my dad often just having a cup of coffee, with the excuse that he wasn't hungry. As kids, we didn't think much of it as we hunkered down on a burger, fries, and pop, which were always followed by dessert. But to my dad, he thought that there were other pressing issues that needed attention with the few dollars it would have cost for his meal, and that he could always get a bite to eat at home from my mom's great cooking. He had more enjoyment seeing his hard work as a carpenter provide a simple meal for his family with his cup of coffee in hand than enjoying a burger and fries himself. A conversation over coffee is a common theme in my business, whether it's at my office, at a client's home, or at our local Tim Hortons or Starbucks. As I listen to the story of the person sitting across from me, I usually answer questions through the use of pictures, explaining how I may be able to assist. By drawing on a piece of paper or by painting a picture through our conversations, I am able to explain my thoughts in simple detail. I find this approach an easier way to make the first attempt at an explanation on financial planning issues rather than referring to the textbook answer all the time. I then back up my thoughts with theory and other resources at future meetings. The pictures I draw are far from a Picasso or a Garfunkel, as the Bare Naked Ladies sing. My reason for drawing is to introduce financial planning concepts that could result in solutions without using the textbook answer. Simple explanations create a comfort level with the decisions that need to be made. If there is no attempt at building financial planning knowledge, decisions won't be made in the end, and I have not done my job. Getting back to initiating conversations, a second question that I ask is what word or words were used the most when you were growing up that told you that your parents' finances were good or not so good? For me, my parents made sure that we would be able to attend our long-distance sports trips, but we always caught a ride with a teammate. So you may ask why I do what I do. The answer is because I want a country of people that are better educated in the area of financial planning than I was. Because I love being even a small piece in the goals and dreams my clients achieve from the financial planning work we do together. And maybe most importantly, because I want everyone to have a financial plan in place so they don't have to be someone's dad, mom, or other family member and only have a cup of coffee because they are looking after their family first and their personal needs second because the budget is just not there. So the next time you're with family or friends having a cup of coffee, tea or hot chocolate, pose a question about investments, budgeting, retirement planning, or money in general, and see where the conversation goes. It may be a short conversation. The person you're with could change the conversation to another subject, or maybe you'll spend the next hour learning something from someone else and in turn continue to build your financial planning knowledge. So the third initiating conversation is, what is one lesson you wish your mom or dad would have taught you in regards to finance? For me, it would be creating a budget as a family. If we have sharper focus for this chapter, I would suggest that you create a family budget with your children or your parents or your roommates. Help your kids understand the value of money. Take your kids to the bank to deposit their money and explain why it's important to save and the benefits. Teach your kids to make financial decisions, like you can buy the chocolate bar or save your money for a new video game. So in conclusion, this chapter about coffee, about conversations, I just like to encourage people to have that money conversation so you can have the life that you deserve.